And the one, and the two, and the 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Roll Reviews, the series in which I attempt to find the best possible roll. And this time, we're looking at a Mega Man Army, a Metroidvania where instead of conventional upgrades, you unlock different robot masters to play as, which is a lovely idea, especially when combined with this 2.5D art style. Granted, personally not the biggest fan of the roll sprite here. Like it's very clearly just unedited Mega Man, which, I mean, fair, I guess. But like, you know, like that for a game where presentation is clearly one of the main draws, that's kind of a weird thing to kind of drop the ball on. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna focus on that though, because like there is a unique moveset here, and I want to look at it. Okay, like and I do mean unique because as far as the characters I have unlocked so far, Roll is unique in that she actually lacked a charge shot. She has the rapid fire. And she has this rapid spot fire instead of that, and if I switch to any random robot master, they'll have a charge attack of some kind for holding the button. And most of the charge attacks are unique. In exchange, Roll is the only character aside from Mega Man, at least that I know of so far, that can actually slide, so that's a fairly rare ability. And she also has better mobility stats in general, just like, just switch to, like, back to Mega Man, I guess. He doesn't jump as high. He don't run as fast. He do run pretty fast, but he don't run that fast. And then, on the flip side, or was it the flop side? I can never remember. Like, she doesn't jump as high as Metal Man or run as fast as Quick Man. I mean, chocolate, she doesn't run as fast as Quick Man. But, like, her overall mobility stats combined with her fire rate make her a very fast-paced character overall, which is very fun, in my opinion. I do very much appreciate this. This game is fairly easy and doesn't have a life system, which is fine by me. I'll just teleport to. Let's just head like upwards ish. I feel like that's the most likely place to find stuff I haven't yet. Okay, do I need to run and jump? Roll should absolutely, by all accounts, be able to make that. I guess I just have to switch to Metal Man. Yeah, so that is kind of a thing. You are expected to switch characters pretty often. Regardless, let's yeah, obviously this rapid fire makes for great for like regular enemies, Joe Schmoes and such. Like, her DPS is amazing for things that just do not have ice. Because there's basically no like cooldown or have, and you just have to hold the fire button to get like this. Like it's very it's like a better version of Phantom kunai, I'd say, because like Phantom changes to a different kunai attack when he's airborne, and it's in a way less focused spread that makes it much harder to hit the same enemy with several of them quickly. Like not that that's attack is bad on its own, it's the fact that it's overriding his grounded version whenever he's in the air. Like, there are still uses for the airborne version, but like, I feel like it's worse than if you just didn't have a, Anyway, I'll have to switch once again, so... There. Yeah. Of course, the trade-off here is that Phantom did have a charge shot in his arsenal. By no means a bad one, unless you're talking about the exact case, in which case it was indeed a bad one, but... That's not what I meant. Yeah. And yeah, I feel like this game in general just feels like... It's like if ZX Advent didn't have, like, most of its playable characters feel awful, in exchange for them being much simpler, but, like, small price to pay for the gameplay not slowing to a crawl every time you come in contact with an obstacle that requires an ability. Like, not that this game doesn't have its own issues. Like, you don't have the option, like, via pause, or the option to pause at all, which is, frankly, very confusing. You also don't have the option to map the buttons, which is less confusing. I know that takes a lot to implement. Like, it's not... I know that takes a bit to implement, I guess. At least enough that it's not, like, easy enough to slap onto Deltarune, but, like... Even so. But, like, the thing is, that doesn't combine well with this game's default controls, which scare and confuse me. I say default, they're the only controls. Yo, it's Gemini Man! Gemini Man's in the game, oh hell yeah. Alright. Sorry. But yeah, this is a good chance for me to show how her... that the weakness here is that the rapid fire isn't the best to hit bosses with, naturally, because they have iframes, generally. This game's bosses don't have too many iframes, like, you can still, like, usually do decent enough damage with them. Like, you can, with, like, a pea shooter, but, like, I think Gemini Man might be a very bad time for that, because all of his clones are also absorbing shots. I'll need to... Cut Man? Because Cut Man's projectiles will stay on the screen for way too fucking long, and then... Yeah. I actually haven't beaten this game before, so I haven't finished it, I'm intending to do that in this video, if I can. I'm glad to see Gemini playable, though. He's one of my favorites. If you don't understand why, I highly recommend the Archie comics. But he's not the focus of this, video, so let's head back to... up. Right, we're going up. Going up! Okay, yeah, this is pretty clearly meant to be your signal that this is the fortress. Okay. I'd recommend giving this game a shot, honestly. It's not too hard, and despite its funky control scheme, which I've mostly gotten used to, but I would still it's a decent, it succeeds at what it sets out to do, which is have a bunch of playable characters that are, for the most part, fun to play as, and also and, of course, having this wonderful 2.5D art. And being a decent enough Metroidvania, I don't know. I'm not an expert on Metroidvanias. I don't know how this ranks on that scale, in particular. One of my most played Metroidvanias is Mega Man ZX, which is quite famously not good by Metroidvania standards. So, I'm not good at being a Metroidvania. I mean, it's not a bad game. It's just bad at being a Metroidvania specifically. If that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But if you found, you're excited by the prospect of ZX or ZX Advent, but found those games disappointing, genuinely check this one out, I think. It's free, it's on, Gangel, you can, and again, it's fairly easy, you can probably beat it in an afternoon if you pick up, depending on how quickly you pick up the controls. There's a bunch of health upgrades all over the place, because those replace the extra lives. And obviously you can switch to different characters for different situations if one particular segment is giving you trouble. It works very well. Okay, hold on. This is another Snake Man charge attack moment. I think, yeah, I think the main thing is that, like, only a couple, like, only a comparatively small amount of robot masters actually have abilities that are used for progression. Which, I suppose isn't the worst thing if it means not having to cycle through as too often that you can't, like, mostly stick to whatever character you want to play as. So, you know, small price to pay. It also means that, like, a lot of this game is optional. And if you want a challenge, you could go, like, minimum. You could try facing the final boss with the minimum, like, amount of playable characters or something. Like, it opens up a lot of routes, so there's that, at the very least. Oh, hi there, boss. That is conspicuously using the fucking, wheel from X2. And is clearly not prepared for Roll to just fucking decimate it by shooting its projectiles. Its destructible projectiles. Okay. Yep. This works. This is a pretty good showcase of what Roll can do in a boss fight. Like, you do have a wall of projectiles. Like, sometimes that's what you need. There. I can very smoothly just run past. Very fun. Like, just running through stages like this. Like, there's not even all that much pressure on dying, since there's no life system and you respawn in the same room, unless, like, the life system is basically Celeste, despite the fact that you have a full-ass health bar. Which makes the game very forgiving, and you know what? That can be a nice change of pace, considering how unforgiving the average Mega Man game is, you know? Like, and also helps, like, offset how awkward the controls are, for me. So, like, the game isn't frustrating, which is good, I think. Like, if it were frustrating, then it would be, then, like, it's, like, then, like, that would compound the issues it does have. Like, if you are, like, and, like, if you are looking for a challenge, you could just, like, again, try a different routing, go for, like, minimum, upgrades or whatever, like, I think this game can very much be a fun time. And also the spikes aren't instant kill. And there are retanks, now this is more of a meant to be, like, a casual romp than... I feel like, from just how the level design and the amount of stuff you get, and you know what? Again, I think that's nice, like... being on the easier side isn't inherently negative, nor is it, or positive, nor is being on the harder side. Like, I know that a lot of Mega Man fans will inevitably be looking for a challenge, since that's just how it be, but like... You know, I feel like this has, like, for me, this is having, like, very similar appeal to, like, I don't know, Kirby. Okay, I'm gonna have to switch to Metal Man to actually get damage on this guy. Okay. I should also, like, pay more attention to my health. So seriously, I can just, like, farm pickups against this guy if I need. Like, so long as I'm careful not to, like, fall into the abyss, which is a very real threat. Alright. Down here. Yeah, I am gonna try and fight you as well. I think that's... I'm gonna try and fight all the fortress bosses full. I think that could be a fun challenge, and I guess showcase this version of the character. Like, while I don't like the controlled bindings, this game does control very well. Like, I feel like it feels responsive, it feels fluid, I like it. Like here's the teleport unlocked, so... Nice. I always appreciate a checkpoint, but... For now, let's just... continue on. Okay, hold on. I guess I want to try and see what Jam on Man's charge attack such can do real quick. Just... Oh, hell yeah. I can, in fact, make clones. This is amazing. That is, like, the thing about Gemini Man that you want to see. Yeah, Gemini Man is, like, a Robot Master I very much want to see come back, because I feel like he was held back a lot by the game he was in. Just like being, or like the console his game was on, in particular, like being limited to one clone, having his Gemini laser be cause lag, like. I feel like he's a Robot Master that would have done better on the, like, functioned better on, like, the SNES at the very least. But that's enough wondering about what ifs. I really don't understand how those force fields work. I will be honest. But like, yeah. Also, quick lasers are not quick at all, which, you know. Personally, I am fine with. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, I wasn't paying enough attention to that. Oh. Right, it's also worth noting that, like, Mega Man, a lot of other characters have, like, range limits, but that is also a stat. That roll is clearly has a very high. Can I genuinely just... Okay, that's at least a little silly, right? Like, I could just stay at the starting platform, but I want to actually see what this boss is, maybe. Speedrun tactics, I guess. Okay, I thought Roll would be worse against bosses than this, but no, she's pulling through. I'm quite happy about that. Yeah, you can't just run through a line with damage through a line because of how much health you get, and not having to worry about why. Oh hey, it's Woodman and a Shadow Man, and what the fuck? Okay, this is just stupid. What, did you just throw in all the Robot Masters you made boss fights for, but decided didn't want to make them playable in this room? You know, sort of like the ones I fought to unlock Rolling Proto Man. Base is probably also somewhere, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever, just... Never teleport? Lovely, lovely. Could just about be at the end then. Yep. It's just a really long boss portal. Oh well, this is Dr. Wally. Who's fighting from the background, okay. Oh, does he have just like big E-tanks? Is that his plan here? Just like try to use the strategy we used against him so many times. Oh, I guess we just wait for him to come back into the foreground and fucking shoot. Like, that is fun idea. Like, having Wily fight like a player, like, just switch, like, using E-tanks and switching tactics as he loses them and uses different weapons, and, like, genuinely fun concept. Not liking how much time he's spending in the background combination of that, though. That makes this fight way longer than it should be. Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch. Like, I am genuinely gonna have to switch to Metal Man just to. Hit him while you're in the air. Before he goes back to the background. I mean, it makes sense that the final boss would want you to use several different characters. Back to the... No. Oh gosh. No. Right. Oh god. Right, Flashman was uneven. Okay. Works for me, I suppose. Use a bunch of different charge attacks for the next roll again. Aw, man. It's going from up top to the back on again. Alright, bite me, I guess. Oh, even animates the thing falls. Yeah. I'm using a tank bucket. Like, alright. Well, no. There she is. That's roll, yep. Okay, I'm seeing the character. Like, I'm seeing how many of the characters I have and haven't unlocked. Okay. Yeah, I assume that's base. Just from. You know, just based off of precedent. If base is the only one I missed, that would be kind of fine. But it would also kind of make sense because, like, roll ended up being. Like, unlocking rolls ended up taking a while because, like, to get to the area where you unlock her, you need a fireman. So. And here at the end, we see the Robot Master is in the last area that I beat that I did not play as, or And there's Dr. Wily, Dr. Willy, whatever you want to call him. 94% completion. It actually tracks completion. Yay! I feel silly now. I feel like I have to be thorough and see everything. But I'll do that on my own time. This has been Roll Reviews, and yeah, I had fun. Uh, are we like? Are we like just? Are we just looking into the abyss forever? Um, I didn't realize. I guess that's not inaccurate to how NES Mega Man games end. So, later.